What should you do immediately after having sex with your partner? Good day, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back. In today's class, I'm going to be teaching you what you should do after having sex with your partner or with your spouse. And these tips I'm going to give you are like no other. They are going to help you minimize infection, the transmission of infections, and to stay healthy. The first point, and this is for both male and female, this point I'm going to give. The first point is you need to go pee after having sex, particularly for ladies, because the distance between their urethra, the opening of their urethra where urine passes through, and their bladder is very short. So if you had oral sex or if you had vaginal sex and there was a lot of fluid or a lot of other lubricant or a lot of other things that were present during the course of sexual intercourse, you may have those bacteria that were present actually just strolling to your bladder. And this is why it's important to go and pee, so that as you pee, you actually flush out or clear out your urethra, that passage road. After having sexual intercourse with your partner, both of you, both the male and female, should go pee. That's because any microorganism that would have been present during intimacy will find its way in through your bladder, and for the lady it's much shorter. That is why a lot of women have urinary tract infections. So it is important that you go pee so that you actually flush that area, that tube, the urethra, and make it clean. And remember, it is very easy for microorganisms to find their way to your bladder. And for the male, it's good that he does the same, especially if he was having unprotected sex or oral sex. Bear in mind that there are a lot of microorganisms that are found in the human being's mouth. Watch my video on oral sex and oral hygiene and be empowered, be informed. Don't just do anyhow. Very important. The next thing you have to do is you need to wash your genitals. As a man, wash your private parts. Use water and use some soap and clean up yourself. And the woman, do the same thing. Wash your vulva, wash your clitoris. And this is because if you have any micro wounds, any micro openings on your skin, when that semen or when those microorganisms that were present during sexual intercourse start to find their way or try to find their way to this micro wound or these openings, they actually cause wound infections. It is very easy for bacterial, viral, and other fungal infections to be transmitted during this period. So when you pee after sexual intercourse, you reduce the chances of you having urinary tract infection. And when you wash your genitals after sexual intercourse with your partner, you actually reduce the chances of any viral warts, any human papilloma virus, any form of other diseases that may affect you or that may come in contact with your blood. The third point is you need to wash your mouth. You need to use a mouthwash, an antiseptic mouthwash, especially if you were doing oral sex. And even if you were kissing, yes, you need to use a mouthwash and rinse your mouth. I will really not advise you using a toothbrush because you may actually create micro opening or micro wounds in your mouth. And if you still have to kiss with that person, there could be some form of infection. But I would advise you to use an antiseptic wash to rinse your mouth. If you don't have an antiseptic wash, get some apple cider vinegar and dilute it in some water, in a glass of water, and you rinse your mouth and you drink some. So this is very important. Make sure you do that. You could actually also rinse your mouth with the antiseptic mouthwash. Then you get yourself some apple cider vinegar and actually drink some, so that any saliva, any exchange of saliva that may have occurred, because you obviously swallow some of the person's saliva, or maybe some seminal fluid from the man or some seminal fluid from the woman, could actually contain some microorganisms. So when you actually drink this apple cider vinegar, which has therapeutic properties, it's actually an antibacterial, it's antifungal, and it's antiviral. So when you actually drink this, it's actually going to kill most of the microorganisms that may have found their way through your mouth and they are going to your digestive systems. So this is my advice for you guys. Please, so you stay healthy. This reduces the risk of sexually transmitted diseases. And of course, make sure you have protected sex. Condoms are available. Female condoms, male condoms are available. Please do use them, because they prevent pregnancy and also a whole lot of sexually transmitted diseases. Make sure you get the right condom for your size, for your penis size. I did a video on condoms. Please take a look at it, and it will give you a lot of insight on how you should stay healthy with your partner. And this is also for couples who are together and who don't know how important it is to go for other blood tests. It is very important that you go for some blood tests, because there are some diseases that cannot be treated. Their symptoms can only be suppressed, but you have to live with the virus, and they directly affect the immune system. I'm talking about viral infections, because viral infections are not cured completely. They are just suppressed. Their symptoms are just suppressed. For example, the human papilloma virus, the HIV virus, the human immunovirus. So these are some examples I'm just giving. So protect yourself. Protect yourself. This is very important. It is very important to have control over your sexual life. And I'm talking for partners. I'm talking for those who are married. So you know the sexual state of your partner is very important, guys. It's very important. And even though you have done it at the beginning of your marriage or of your relationship, after a year, do it again. Because sometimes you may have a spouse who has a urinary tract infection, who has an underlying disease and is getting worse. And this will start to affect your fertility, whether it's your male fertility or your female fertility. And I've done some videos on how it's important to preserve a woman's fertility and a man's fertility. So do watch those videos and get more insight, get more empowered, so that you'll be able to stay healthy, to have a healthy sex life. And of course, you live longer. Bye-bye.